You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your 2-week spoilers. These have already started this week, and they run through next week, which is December 4th through 8th. We have so much to unpack. We've got spoilers for the rest of this week, some new stuff that's undated, and then the stuff for next week that I'm excited to share with you. Hey, if you haven't, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Y&R updates. And now let's talk about these 2-week spoilers. So, of course, on Monday, we saw Jordan and Claire revealing why they're doing all this, Victor demanding to know where Nikki is, and Nikki, having these nightmares about Eve Howard and all of that. And Tuesday, November 28th, things take a serious and dangerous turn with these ladies. We're going to find out on Tuesday that Jordan has been lying to Claire her entire life. She told her that her parents, Victoria and Cole, didn't want her, and they are going to tell her that basically they don't believe she's their baby because they saw their baby die in the hospital and had a funeral and everything. And Victoria says she thinks about that dead child every day and has always mourned her. And then Jordan is going to admit that she stole the baby from the hospital because of how the Newmans treated Eve, her sister, even though she and Eve weren't close to each other. So it's very weird. Yeah. So a lot of people were asking, why wouldn't Cole know his way around his aunt's house? And it's because he didn't grow up around her because his mother and Jordan were estranged. So Nikki's going to get up. She's going to pull out her IV, make some noise. The Newmans downstairs are going to hear it. They, of course, have still been poisoned and they are begging for the antidote, but they're not handing it over. I wonder if Claire is going to cave in and hand it over to them simply because she finds out that her aunt's been lying to her all these years. Victor is running upstairs to get to Nikki, and Jordan is hot on his heels. She's got a knife, and Nick runs after her. They grapple on the stairs, and she slashes Nick's tummy open. I mean, we don't see entrails hanging out, but there's some blood. And then she runs in with the bloody knife into the little room where Nikki is. Then on Wednesday, November 29th, we are going to get more scenes of Victor trying to protect Nikki from crazy Jordan. Jordan's got a knife. It looks like she's ready to just kill the family. The other spoiler for Wednesday says Jordan and Claire won't back down. However, I do think Claire seems to waver. She's not real happy to find out that Jordan stole her. She's finding out that everything she's been told in her life was a lie. And, I still wonder if they were given something deadly or just something to scare them. I don't know, but obviously the Newmans are going to survive this encounter. Thursday, November 30th, we have Diane again meddling in Kyle's romantic life. She is not very happy about him spending time with Audra, even though she, has encouraged him to play double agent, but I don't think she wants him back in Audra's bed. But Kyle's going to have to warm her sheets again to convince her that he's back on their side. Although Tucker's been trying to get back in Audra's sheets and she's been saying no, and we know that girl can't do without a bed buddy for very long. And Abby confronts her mom on Thursday and asks her if she still loves Tucker McCall. I mean, definitely Tucker and Ashley have strong feelings for each other, but together they are toxic. I mean, honestly, I think Tucker would be toxic with anybody, We also have Jack trying to rein in Billy Abbott on Thursday. I'm glad that Chelsea is back because I think she's a very good regulating influence on Billy when he comes unhinged, but he's not very happy about this threat that Tucker poses, and he's kind of on the fence about trusting Ashley. I think he's on the fence about trusting Kyle, but Kyle has agreed to take the job at Jabot as COO and to stop gunning for his Uncle Billy's job. So we'll have to see how that goes. Friday, December 1st, Audra finds herself torn. She's just not sure if Kyle is being loyal to the Abbotts or being loyal to her and Tucker. And Tucker told Audra that the Abbotts were going to turn around and send Kyle back to be a double agent to spy on them. But Kyle's working overtime to convince her that he is on their side. We'll see. Audra's pretty shrewd, so I don't think she's going to fall for Kyle's BS. He's not exactly a deep thinker, Meanwhile, Chance is considering this big life change about his career, and Sharon offers him some advice. And Ashley is playing peacemaker on Friday the 1st, and I'm sure this is about her promise to try and reconcile Tucker with Devon, but Devon is really mad at him for lying and funding Mamie's stuff and, that coup over there as they're trying to unseat Jill from Chancellor Winters. Undated spoilers for the week. Nate Hastings officially gets his job back at Chancellor Winters. That's a terrible idea as far as I'm concerned. He spied on them for Victoria, and as far as they know, he's still with Victoria. I mean, they were kind of bickering, and then, she's basically been hijacked now. But still, I don't think Nate has changed. I really don't. And we have Sharon maybe feeling some jealousy about Summer and Chance, and I wonder if any of that is going to come up during their conversation about his possible career change. All right, the second week, the week of December 4th through 8th, we've got Chance in a suit and tie, no longer a police chief or a detective or anything, and it looks like he's going to start his new corporate job. I assume he's going to be over at Chancellor Winters unless he decides to work with Summer or with Sharon. I'm sure either one would be happy to have the hunk on staff, but it's probably going to be at Chancellor Winters, which is interesting because now they know that Mamie is trying to oust Jill, and Jill specifically brings Chance in. So I wonder if Chance is going to be keeping a close eye on this Mamie situation and on this Nate situation too, because Jill's not going to love having Nate back. She doesn't trust him at all. Don't blame him. And I wonder if Summer is going to take the opportunity of his new job to congratulate him, maybe work her way closer to him, because after this shooting, the actress Allison Lanier, who plays Summer, said that she is definitely going to try and make some moves and make clear to him that she has feelings for him, because the whole life or death thing convinced her that she shouldn't put it off. Kyle's plan to spy and play double agent against Tucker and Audra hits some speed bumps, and I'm sure it's about him just not being that clever. Not as clever as Tucker. Tucker is pretty devious, and Audra is in a class of her own. And there's some chatter that we may see Claire and Jordan arrested next week. I'm not entirely sure. They're definitely going to be foiled, and their arrest is coming. I'm just not exactly sure of the date yet. If Claire actually helps out the Newmans, maybe she won't be facing as dire of a fate as Jordan, but Jordan's definitely going down. There is a spoiler picture of the two ladies in the Genoa City interrogation room at the police station, and Michael Baldwin is there. It would be kind of weird if he was defending them. I just wonder if this was kind of a generic backstage shot because he's on Victor's payroll. Now, Victor might want him to defend Claire since she's a Newman, but Jordan, no way. So that should be very interesting. That's everything we have. If you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Definitely drop your comments on what you're excited to see, and come back soon because we're here, as always, talking soap 7 days a week. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.